name's Alan Cox. Thanks for being here. Howdy. Got to keep reminding myself today is Thursday. I'm all thrown off this week. I don't know why. I just heard Stansbury mention Thursday, and I was like, no, today's Wednesday. Today is not Wednesday. Today's Thursday.
I woke up thinking it was Friday.
Man.
So I get it.
I'm going to have to go back and listen to the lyrics of that Rebecca Black song, because she spells it out very clearly. Today's Friday. Yesterday was Thursday. Tomorrow's Saturday. She didn't put a lot of thought into that song.
Or maybe she put so much thought into it that it seems like she didn't put any thought into it. You ever think about that?
I have not.
Me either.
She's a young girl who wanted to be
now?
famous. Yeah. So anyway, hello. Say hi to Bill Squire. He's right there.
Hey, creepy hugs.
Mary Santora's out. Poundcake is back there in Studio G.
Afternoon, white people.
It's a Thursday, Cody. Don't forget that.
I didn't.
Thursday. I know we're out tomorrow, but tomorrow will be Friday.
I'm aware.
Okay. And then Saturday, and then Thanksgiving next week.
Great.
Anyway, you want to join us on the phone? You can. Anytime you want to use our numbers. I'd recommend using them in order. 216-578-1007. Who knows who you'll get otherwise? 800-348-1007. You can text me, 35192. There's also AlanCoxShow.com for all of the live video goings on there. Who's helping out today? Flick Polchester. All right, good. I'll give them a nod at the very top of the program. I'm going to be going, we're here live on Monday and Tuesday, but then I'm going to be going home for Thanksgiving. I've kind of nailed down, finally got to the point after my dad died, I go, okay, well, I need to nail down a holiday where my family knows we're always coming. And it's either going to be Thanksgiving or Christmas. And we opted for Thanksgiving just because we want our daughter to have Christmas at home. So Thanksgiving now every year, my family knows we're going to be coming in for that. Except, I've got 3 siblings and they've got their own things going on. And so I always have to hit up the sibling group chat and find out who's going to be around. I said, who's going to be around? Because we're going to be in. And sounds like I might be a little thin. So then I have to find out, you do a Thanksgiving thing with your parents, Bill, or no? You do a Friendsgiving thing?
My parents are going out of town. They're going to visit one of my siblings for Thanksgiving. I think my oldest brother? I don't know. So I'm doing Thanksgiving with them on Sunday afternoon or Sunday, like lunchtime. And then Thanksgiving with my kids on Thanksgiving.
Okay. Because we're doing a Friendsgiving tomorrow night, but I always ask my mom.
I must have missed my invitation.
I guess you did.
It's all right. I have 2 shows in Fremont.
You couldn't go anyway. I
would have canceled them for friendship. For friendship, Alan, I would cancel the shows.
Otherwise engaged.
I would say, hey, sorry, Fremont people, one of which shows is already sold out. I got to cancel. Alan needs my friendship, but I guess I don't have to.
Have you ever canceled a sold-out show?
No.
Right. So I hit my mom up and I go, hey, what can I bring? And, of course, my mom, she's 75, but she is on her phone quite a bit. But for whatever reason, my mom will text me back 2 to 3 days later with something. So if it's something urgent, I usually can't get an immediate reaction. But I always I don't like to go anywhere empty-handed. So I always ask what I can bring, and she always says nothing. But I feel like I should bring something.
Is she bringing a boy?
She doesn't have a boy.
She got a new man's?
No.
Man.
Could you imagine that if we show up for Thanksgiving and there's some
boyfriend
dude there?
That'd be
a young guy too, like in his late 20s or early 30s.
Well, young to her, it'd be mid 60s. Your age.
Like, yeah, I got a thing.
He's an old soul.
Oh, God. I want you guys to say hello to Joaquin. Yeah. He's going to be having Thanksgiving with us.
He's your son's age.
Oh, God.
He's a resident, like, a doctor. He's got some high-end boyfriend that just has a thing for older women.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe it's Matt Rife. In his new special, he's got a long bit about how he likes older ladies.
Did you watch that?
I watched part of it. I watched like the first 15 minutes or so. I don't like when he does the black accent.
Listen, Matt Rife, we had him in here completely by accident a couple of weeks ago. He was walking by the window and we invited him in. And I'd never met him, and I had heard the name because Bill and Mary had talked about him. And his first Netflix special dropped.
You watched it?
Yeah.
How much?
Just because I was curious. Well, here's what my take on it is this. This is kind of the double-edged sword of blowing up on social media, is that people are used to enjoying you in really short spurts.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, he does stand-up shows. He tours and sells out, and he's super hot, and so that he's got that going for him too. But I watched it just to kind of see what that full set was, what that full thing was. Wasn't for me.
It's really not for us. It's for
funny's funny.
Zennials.
I mean,
there were some good lines in there.
No,
Like,
there were.
There's some good jokes in there. It's tight. It's really tight.
But I think a lot of people are so used to seeing him on social media, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's so funny," that when you kind of see the long form, people seem less enthused with that. But again, he seemed like a nice guy when he was
nice.
here. You know, he seemed like
he's a mensch,
a nice young man. But
I'll tell you what was the best part of the whole special is he does a promo with the guy that's the new Jake from State Farm, and they arrest him outside of the taping, and they're just talking about like all the stuff, like he's so attractive, and then he starts talking to him, and they're like, "Oh, stop, man! He's crowd working you right now!" Like, it was very funny, but the special, like, I watched like 15 minutes of it and had to go. Like, I didn't turn it off because I was bored. I just was like, had other things to do. I'll probably finish it this weekend.
I wonder how Jake from State Farm blew up the way he did, because they've had a number of Jakes from State Farm, you know.
They have a biracial one now, don't they?
Well, they have a black guy. Yeah, Kevin Miles is the actor. But they had like different guys over the years. And then I don't know if it was just coincidental, maybe because it kind of...
I think that's the guy in the video.
Partly social media driven, but, you know, because he gets memed out now, and but he used to be the guy on the phone in the office, Jake from State Farm. The woman would call and think her husband was talking to a woman, and he's just talking to Jake from State Farm. And the wife would go, "She sounds hideous." He goes, "Well, it's a guy, so, you know." But that was a different Jake from State Farm. But Kevin Miles, the actor they have now, has been doing it for a while. He's kind of on a flow from Progressive trajectory. You know, she's been playing that character for 20 years.
Looked up the old...
And he's been doing this for maybe 2 or 3.
Says that the old Jake from State Farm now works as a bartender in... Is there a Normal, Illinois?
Normal, Illinois is where Illinois State University is.
Okay, yeah, I thought I was reading that wrong. But yeah, Normal, Illinois. And he lives there with his wife and 2 children.
Well, there you go. Bartending in a college town. What could go wrong? But, yeah. Well, the Matt Rife, for people who are big fans of his and might not be aware that he has a special on Netflix, it dropped yesterday. It's called Natural Selection. I believe is what it's called. And again, I'm new to that whole thing with him, but he was nice.
The bit I liked was when he was talking about hooking up with old ladies, and you don't choke them, you just kink their oxygen cord. That was pretty funny.
Well, there's more where that came from.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
I'm going to break. I'll have $1,000 for you on the way at 2:30. Listen for these keywords.